Good afternoon and welcome back to Corrigan Farm and Homestead. It has been a little bit since I posted a video. I think it was the 8th, if not very close to that, of February. I have compiled some activities that we've done between then and now. It's going to cover about a couple weeks, starting on the 14th, Valentine's Day. I'll show you how we spent that. And I hope that you enjoy. We've just been working on getting some irrigation in and getting planting done, and this is a very busy time of year, so I apologize for being a little tardy on a video, but come along and thanks for joining us. Corey is spraying the garden with several additives. I'll have to ask him all that's in it, but some of it's nitrogen, some of it's molasses, basically just feeding the soil. So he's got his 1-inch hose drenching it right now. And then when the sprinkler systems, the sprinklers that I just showed a little bit ago, are on, when the PVC has dried, then we'll turn the overhead on after he's gotten down everything that he wants to put down in the garden beds. It is February 15th. I sowed these on February 8th, so in just a few days these tomatoes are growing well. The Swiss chard over here, ruby red. The bunching onions have come up as well. And over here, my lettuces are coming sparsely, but they're still coming. The black seed Simpson seems to be doing the best over Burpee Bib. It is technically quite a bit too warm in here for them to do well and succeed, but they are growing. So I'm kind of surprised to see that. I guess that's more of an experiment than actual production there. So those will do much better when we actually try to grow them in a cooler climate. But these tomatoes are doing wonderfully, and these other greens. So that's exciting. Here are my seedling broccolis. I'm going to go ahead and transplant them today, get them in the ground, because I think they'll grow better in the ground. I have some seedling bok choy over here, and it's pretty sad when your little seedlings go to seed because it's too warm. I've already pulled the mature ones that we've harvested off of from the garden, and it's just too warm for these, so I'll just put these in the compost pile and learn from that. But we still have plenty of time for these broccolis, so hopefully they'll do good. Y'all, I want you to see this asparagus. Isn't that lovely? It's all coming up. There's a few spots where I don't see it so much. Oh no, I do. Look. You see it there? Very cool. But it took about not even 2 weeks. I'm filming this late, but I started seeing these things pop up within 2 weeks of planting them, and this is exciting. I'm really excited about this. It's hard to see all of them, but this center one is pretty tall, and then the little ones over here. I only see one of the purple passions coming up. They seem to take a little bit longer, but here she is. Isn't she pretty? That's exciting. We're at the south end of the pond doing irrigation. Corey has a contraption here, and this black irrigation pipe, it's very flexible. Corey made a kind of a ditch, a rut for it, and it breaks off to a sprinkler under the peach tree, and it just keeps going here around to break off to one of the mango trees, and it just continues on around, breaks off in 4 sections here. And this is shallowly going to be buried, so any repairs that might need to be made will be easy enough. That goes under the avocado tree and goes over to the other peach tree, and then there's a split over here, 2 smaller hoses that go to each lychee tree, and that's gonna help us not have so many hoses on the ground out here as opposed to all of that, so that I can actually mow this area and keep it maintained, because as you can see, it's very overgrown. Not as overgrown as it has been before, but I think we'll be able to work with this. And today is February 28th. I'm gonna come out here to the garden and show you a little bit. The seedlings that I showed you in the grow room, I brought out here outside to kind of harden off, get used to the outside and the sun and the wind. I think the wind is really good to help them get strong. And here they are. These are the ones that were in the greenhouse. They were kind of getting leggy. Got some real leaves coming. I had to start some more beans because not all of my beans came up out in the garden, probably because of the sulfur that Corey put down, but it's worked into the soil now, and new ones that I planted out there have succeeded, but there's still a section that didn't come up. So I'll put these out in the garden once they've gotten used to being outside. Here are some other tomatoes, and the Swiss chard and the bunching onions. They've grown a little bit. Now, it's funny, and of course here's the lettuces. we'll see how long they make it. The funny thing is that I filled this tray with compost from the compost bin over there. Hopefully you can hear me, it's windy out here. And all of these tomatoes volunteered. So I'm gonna keep them. You can see how they did compared to the ones in the grow room. These are much more leggy than these. These are putting on real leaves much sooner, they're much shorter. So I think these did better out here opposed to those under the grow lights. Now I'm over here at the garden. Today I put sunflowers down the middle of each of these 2 rows. I got a variety of different kinds, different colors, and still in the process of weeding some of these rows. I want to get this one done maybe this evening and the rest of that one. But then the corn is going to go in these rows about the 1st of April. And I wanted to show you the beans over here. Got the netting up. I think these are the first ones that I planted, and they're doing fine. Graining up. And there's a section, oh, that one looks really nice. But there's a section down here that I still don't have any up, and that's where I'm going to put the ones that sprouted up over there. And then this section here, they did come up. So I think ultimately everything will be all right. I spent some time weeding this morning over here in the onions and the what do you call those? They're not chives. Yeah, they're not chives. I think they might be. Anyway, so the onions will have more room and nutrients to themselves, and I'll finish weeding the rest of this probably tomorrow. My cabbage, I think the rest of them are going to be pretty small, but they're really pretty regardless. A couple of them coming in there. There's another double there. One. They're just pretty little cabbages. It's amazing how many leaves are on the perimeter compared to the center, the size of the center. And I got my green beans over here, my bush green beans coming up nicely here. I gotta go through these strawberries and see what is worth eating and what's not. Oh, that one looks really good. Look at that. No bird pecks or anything. So let's taste it. Not the sweetest I've had this year, but it's very pleasant. Nothing like having strawberries out of your own garden. And I've got my lettuces over here that I'm still harvesting from. They're absolutely gorgeous. Couldn't be happier with those. I did some more planting over here, some radishes. Hopefully we'll be seeing those come up. I planted them in the little divots. Sorry about the lighting out here. It's pretty bright. These are my garlic. Got our greens are still doing really well. My peppers that I transplanted, you can see them in my shadow. They're not dark green or anything, but they're doing okay. I lost at least one of them to a leaf miner. Those things are frustrating. I just pinned up my tomato plants this morning. Got some tomatoes coming. Some of them are not quite ready. I have a few on my bar in the kitchen that will probably eat some up tonight. But all in all, they're doing pretty well. I've got some of these dead leaves from fungus or what have you. I don't know. Still in the process of pulling all of that off. I found a few worms out here inside a couple of tomatoes. We'll just have to keep working on that. But oh yeah, over here are the broccolis that I planted. There's some growth. Got a leaf miner. They're still quite little, but I'm hoping they will take off. Say I lost my pepper plant to a leaf miner. I meant cutworm. If I said leaf miner, I meant cutworm. I hate those things. Those things are just really hard to navigate. And over here are my cucumbers, pretty little things, and my Ford Hook beans, lima beans. I've never grown these, but I'm really looking forward to them. They didn't all come up, so I had to replant. So it looks like that one's coming up right there. You see it? This one came up before it, and it just didn't make it. So I've got another one coming out here. Very happy about that. There's a short update of what we're doing and how we're doing and how things are going. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, that you continue to plant and grow and just keep a smile on your face. See you next time.